All right, let's do this. You just got your first paycheck. Congrats. But wait, why does it look like someone took a bite out of it before handing it to you? Where's all the money you thought you earned? Who's this FICA guy stealing your cash? And why does your paycheck look like it's written in some kind of financial hieroglyphics? Relax, nobody's scamming you. You just don't understand how paychecks work yet. And if you don't figure out fast, you're going to keep feeling that gut punch every payday when you see your hard-earned money shrink before your eyes. So let's break it down. No fancy jargon, no boring textbook explanations, just straight up, real talk about what a paycheck actually is, where your money's going, and how to make sure you're not getting played. Think of your paycheck like a pizza. You work for that pizza. You earned every cheesy, delicious slice. But here's the thing. You don't get to keep the whole pie. Nope. Uncle Sam wants a slice. Your state government? They're grabbing a piece too. Oh, and that guy FICA? Yeah, he's not a person, but he's definitely taking a bite. By the time all these hungry hands dig in, what you're left with is, well, let's just say it's not the feast you were imagining. That's your paycheck in a nutshell. Your full earnings minus all the stuff that gets taken out before the money hits your bank account. Now, why should you care? Because if you don't understand your paycheck, you're basically flying blind with your money. You can't budget if you don't know how much you're actually taking home. You can't spot mistakes. And trust me, payroll departments mess up more than you'd think. And you definitely can't plan for the future if you don't know how much is vanishing into things like taxes and retirement before you even see it. Your paycheck isn't just a piece of paper or a number in your bank account. It's the key to controlling your financial life. So let's start with the basics. Your paycheck has two main numbers you need to know: gross pay and net pay. Gross pay is the big, shiny number, the full amount you earn before anything gets taken out. If you make $20 an hour and work 40 hours, your gross pay is $800. Simple, right? But here's where reality kicks in. That $800 isn't what lands in your pocket. Nope. First, the government swoops in like a tax-hungry vulture. Federal income tax, state income tax, depending on where you live, and something called FICA, which is just a fancy way of saying Social Security and Medicare. Together, these can easily chop 20 to 30% off your gross pay. Poof, gone. Then there's other stuff, like health insurance premiums if your job offers benefits, or contributions to a 401k if you're smart and thinking about retirement. All of that gets pulled out before you ever see a dime. What's left? That's your net pay, aka your take-home pay. The real money you can actually spend. So if your gross pay was $800, your net pay might be more like $600. And that, my friend, is why your paycheck feels smaller than it should. Now, let's talk about how you actually get paid. Back in the day, everyone got a physical paper check. You take it to bank, cash it, and boom, money in hand. These days, most companies use direct deposit, which just means your paycheck gets dumped straight into your bank account. No paper, no hassle. But here's the thing. Even with direct deposit, you should still check your pay stub. That's a digital or paper breakdown that shows exactly where your money went. Because mistakes happen. Maybe your overtime didn't get counted. Maybe your tax withholding is wrong. Maybe some random fee popped up out of nowhere. If you don't check, you'll never know. Speaking of pay stubs, let's decode that mess. It's basically a receipt for your paycheck, and it's packed with info you need to understand. First, there's your personal details, name, employee ID, pay period. Then, your gross pay, the full amount you earned. Next, the deductions, federal tax, state tax, FICA, health insurance for 401k, maybe even union dues if you're in one. Then at the bottom, your net pay, the sad little number that actually makes it to your bank account. There's also usually a year-to-date section that shows how much you've earned and how much has been deducted so far this year. This is gold for tracking your income and spotting trends or mistakes. And oh, the mistakes. You wouldn't believe how often paychecks get screwed up. Maybe you were classified as exempt when you shouldn't have been, so not enough tax was taken out. Hello. Surprise tax bill. Maybe your overtime didn't get calculated right. Maybe your retirement contribution was supposed to be 3%, but they took out 5%. Maybe that bonus you were promised just never showed up. If you don't check, you'll never catch these errors. And companies don't exactly send out apology checks when they mess up. So how do you read your paycheck like a pro? First, check your gross pay. Does it match what you expected based on your hours or salary? Next, scan the deductions. Do the taxes, insurance, and retirement numbers look right? Then look at your net pay. Does the math add up? Finally, peek at the year-to-date totals. This helps you track your earnings over time and makes tax season way less terrifying. Now, let's talk about why all this matters beyond just knowing where your money went. Understanding your paycheck is a foundation of financial control. It's how you budget, because you can't plan your spending if you don't know your real take-home pay. It's how you negotiate, because if you don't know the difference between gross and net, you can't argue for a better salary. It's how you avoid financial surprises, like owing a ton at tax time because your withholdings were off. And it's how you start building real wealth, because if you don't know where your money's going, you can't make it work for you. There's also a psychological power to understanding your paycheck. When you know exactly where every dollar is going, you stop feeling like money is just vanishing into the void. You stop asking, why am I always broke? Because you can see the leaks and plug them. You stop panicking at tax season because you've been tracking your withholdings all year. You start feeling in control, and that's a game changer. And let's not forget how this ties into the bigger financial picture. Your net income is what lenders look at when you apply for a loan or credit card. Your tax withholdings determine whether you get a refund or a bill come April. Your retirement contributions today decide whether you're eating steak or ramen in your 70s. Your paycheck isn't just about today. It's about your entire financial future. So here's the bottom line. Your paycheck isn't just a piece of paper or a deposit notification. It's a map of your financial life. If you ignore it, you're flying blind. If you understand it, you're in control. So start paying attention. Check every pay stub. Know where your money's going. Spot the mistakes before they cost you. And use that knowledge to build the life you actually want. Because at the end of the day, money isn't just about what you earn. It's about what you keep. And now, you know exactly how to keep more of it. Boom. Mic drop. Go forth and conquer your paycheck like the financial boss you are.